got 3 seconds. What's going on, y'all? Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Larry Long Jr., back again for this week's Midweek, Midday Motivational Minute. Oh, my goodness. I can't believe that it's already June the 14th. And it's kind of crazy because you'll see, for my folks that are here on LinkedIn, you'll see that I'm 44.99 years old. And as I get ready to make my 45th lap around, oh my goodness, I just wanted to share. So as you can see from my shirt, I'm happy to help. Today's format for episode number, what are we at? Goodness gracious, I'm losing count. We're at episode number 164. We're at episode number 24 for this year. Absolutely amazing. I just wanted to share some reflections, but I also wanted to open it up to any questions that you have. So please ask me anything. And just so you know, the invite is real. I brought a mic for you. Ask me anything. I brought another solid gold mic. Ask me anything. I'll be checking out the comments. But I did want to take some time to just reflect on my 44.99, almost 45 years on this earth. And it's kind of crazy. This past weekend for NSA, Carolinas, National Speaker Association, we had a speaker, Hall of Fame speaker, Dr. Willie Jolly. And he shared that, hey, throughout our life, we have defining moments. And his goal was to make his presentation a defining moment. And I was looking through my journey line of the past 44.99 years. I'm not quite 45 yet. And it got me thinking about some of the things that had made me who I am, moving around the U.S. My parents worked for Department of Veterans Affairs. I had an oratorical contest back in elementary school, maybe middle school, where I talked about nonviolent non-cooperation. And I remember how scared I was to be up on stage, but my mom, my dad, they drilled in me practice. Yes, Allen Iverson, if you're out there and listening, we're talking about practice. Playing varsity baseball as a freshman in high school was a goal and worked hard to get there. Being a 4-year starter at University of Maryland, go Terps, playing baseball. Congrats to my homeboy, my former teammate, Matt Swope, on getting that head coaching job. So proud of you, Matt. Right person for the job. I can't wait. First job with Accenture, then leaving there, opening up my baseball academy, meeting my wife, having kids, having a career in sales, making ice cold calls to CPAs and accountants, 150 calls a day, and then starting full time as a speaker close to 2.5 years ago. Those are some of the defining moments. But what I wanted to share were some of the key ones, and I'll share some others a little bit later, but I wanted to share some key defining moments as well as my lessons learned. So I talked about moving around. And luckily, I had the support of my mom and my dad in the household. During those transitions, my mom was pivotal. The favorite song or our theme song was Make New Friends, but Keep the Old. One is silver while the other's gold. And if you can think about being in elementary school, middle school, and having to move, oh, it was tough. But I look back at it and I'm like, wow, without that experience, relationships and realizing how critical those relationships are, being able to adapt, that adaptability, that flexibility, that ability to pivot, which is so important as we go through the ups and downs, the highs and lows of this 4-letter word that we call life, realizing that, hey, people are people. Tuscaloosa, Alabama, they're people. They might talk country. I had to go to speech classes when I moved to Pennsylvania. They said, hey, little Larry, how old are you? I said, I'm 4. They said, 4? 4 what? I said, I'm 4 years old. They said, oh, heck to the nah. You can't talk like that. But we live and we learn. And what I've learned is that people overall are good. They have great intentions, and there's some bad apples. Just had this conversation with my wife. We were discussing, are people inherently good or are they inherently bad? I think that people are inherently good. They mean well, and there's some that are just a little bit off. Hey, it is what it is. We take them. We got to make those adjustments. Let's see. Some of the other lessons that I learned, and this is a good one. Here goes your takeaway. I encourage folks, and I think that all folks should proactively seek out opportunities to travel, both domestically as well as internationally. My wife's from Argentina. Don't cry for me, Argentina. When you're able to see a different culture and you're able to immerse yourself, it's amazing how your perspective can change and you can understand that, hey, just my little bubble, the little bubble that I live in, there's a whole wide, great world out there with great people, great experiences that can really have an impact on you. That's number one for me. Number two was having the opportunity of playing team sports. It taught me that competitive spirit, whether it was Miss Pac-Man on the Atari, playing against my mom and dad, keeping track of high scores. I know some of y'all are like, that's not competitive sports. You weren't in our household. We took Miss Pac-Man serious, and I'm not an expert at anything in life other than strikeouts. I am an expert at strikeouts and Miss Pac-Man. Take me to Box Yard, take me to a video game place. I'm a beast when it comes to Miss Pac-Man. But also my parents introduced me to judo. They introduced me to swimming. That water was too cold. Oh, I got that tight skin. I played soccer one year. I said, oh, 1-0. All this running for a 1-0 score. Nah, ain't nobody got time for that. But it was that exposure at the YMCA playing Foursquare. Yeah, I still remember our camp counselor, Bruce. He used to play a mean Foursquare with the NOLA. But then we rolled into other sports like basketball, ball, and track and field. I tried that. That was my dad's thing. He didn't really push it on me. But baseball competitively. And then now, as I've gotten older, golf. Some people are like, golf isn't a sport, and even softball. But what that taught me is the importance of setting goals, actually working hard. I know that a lot of people say, hey, I'm working hard. When you play competitive sports, you really find out how hard you really work. Last night, it was great watching the Las Vegas Knights. That championship wasn't won last night. They got to raise the cup. That championship was won over a year ago. Their preparation, their planning, their hard work. Another great lesson, teamwork really does make the dream work. Who's on your team? Are y'all rowing in the same directions? The night before, watching the Denver Nuggets win that championship, that was amazing to see. How do you overcome adversity? How do you overcome those tough times and still battle back with the enthusiasm, with the same hypeness and the same mentality that you're going to have success? So, hey, playing competitive sports, I encourage you to put yourself in a position to play in a competitive, and I would say team sports gives you that whole different dynamic. The next pivotal defining moment has been my adventures and misadventures in entrepreneurship. It started with Lawns by Larry as a preteen, going and knocking on doors, being scared. You talk about a cold call. This was a cold knock. I wish I could have been behind the phone. This is people slamming. Well, I was 12. They weren't slamming the door, but there were some people that weren't too happy to see little nappy-headed Larry Long Jr. knocking on their door, talking about Lawns by Larry. But I learned so much that carried throughout my life. Having my indoor baseball and softball academy, I took a gamble. I'm working at Accenture, comfy, making pretty good money relatively. And I decided to move away and open up an indoor baseball and softball academy. Most recently, I've journeyed out as a professional speaker. Little less than 2.5 years ago. Never would have thunk it. A lot of FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And what I learned throughout my entrepreneurial endeavors is don't be afraid to ask. Don't be too proud, not to beg, but to ask folks for help. That's not a sign of weakness. It's actually a sign of strength. And it allows you to be a blessing because people like to give. They like to serve. They like to help. They like to guide. It makes them feel good. So it's amazing when you think about that dynamic. And I was just on an NSA event last night, the mic swap. Thank you, Robbie Samuel, where he talked about how do you feel when you have to ask for help. And the sentiments are like, I feel awkward. I feel kind of uninspired. I feel like I'm a failure. How do you feel when you give help? On the flip side, people feel great. So you look at that dynamic. I encourage you, ask for help. I also learned know your numbers. That's the income statement, the balance sheet, and the statement of cash flows. If you don't have a handle on your numbers, good luck. I know for us, we had more money going out the back door than we had coming in the front door. I think they call that a cash flow issue. No cash, No business. Another great lesson I learned is that you can learn from your own mistakes, which I made a lot of. I got a lot of lumps in my head. Or you can learn from mentors, and that's that asking for help. I encourage you to learn from mentors. Another defining moment, marriage and kids. I love you, babe. I'm glad you're tuning in. Ooh, it has been quite the journey, always the adventure. We're having a ton of fun most of the time. But what I learned is the power of love and true love. And I just want to say, baby, I love you. Also learn patience and still working on it, as well as responsibility. When you have children, for all the parents out there, I think you know exactly what I mean. My baby girl's downstairs. Once I get done here, I'm going to go pick up my little man. He's at math camp for summer school. So proud of him. He's about taller than me now, 13 years old. It's kind of crazy. And then, yes, and communication. Can you hear me now? It's a work in progress, but as long as you're willing to put in the work, love conquers all. And that's one of the lessons that I really have learned. Let's see. My baby said, you got to see that people are people and we are all searching for the same. That's absolutely correct. Around the world, people are people. They're looking for happiness. They're looking for joy. They're looking for a feeling of meaningfulness, which is absolutely amazing. And I can tell you through my marriage, through having kids, being able to serve as a father and be present, it's just an amazing learning lesson day in and day out. I wouldn't trade it for the world. So I'm going to come back with more defining moments. This year has been about signature experiences. I'm excited because we've got some more signature experiences on the horizon. Hilton Head at the end of the summer, super excited about it. But I want to leave y'all as I close out, and then I'll get into the Ask Me Anything. I'll get into the questions. I want to leave you with this quote that I absolutely love. And this is what I believe is the key to living a meaningful life. Martin Luther King Jr., he states, life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing? Not thinking, not writing, doing. What action are you taking to serve others? If you can answer that question day in and day out, there's no guarantees in life, but I guarantee you're going to live a life fulfilled. When you're doing things to help others day in and day out, there's no better feeling. So that's my encouragement. I encourage you to live a truly blessed life. I've been blessed each and every day. And I do want to give a couple shout outs. This is recent. You can tell from my posts. If you look at my most recent posts on LinkedIn, I had the honor, the privilege, the pleasure to serve as an executive sponsor, shouting out and promoting the 12 rounds for the second round program led by the Haven House. They have 11 total programs. This is one that's really designed to help our youth here in Wake County, help them with fitness, help them with something positive to get the energy out, provide them with role models and examples of success and excellence that they might not see on a day in and day out basis. So if you have the means, encourage you to go. Please donate whatever you have, $5, $20, $200, whatever you're able to give. So truly appreciated. In the spirit of giving, I'm on the board of Wake Med Foundation. We're always looking for gifts, monetary, as well as your talents. If you have a talent to spread the word about the great things that Wake Med Hospital is doing, please join us. We've got a golf tournament coming up in August that I cannot wait. Yeah, I guess Siri can't wait either. It was great meeting with some great folks. Jerry McCormick, had the opportunity to meet with him at La Farm. He's doing awesome work around personal safety for organizations. As a former law enforcement, he shared some great insights on how I can make sure I keep myself safe, my family safe, my kids' school safe. Thank you so much, Jerry, for taking the time. I'm encouraging you just like you encouraged me. Also got a chance to talk with Bruce Pulver, who's on a journey and an adventure to move into a full-time speaking role. Encourage you, Bruce. I'm so excited that you're going to join us at NSA in Orlando. I can't wait to chop it up with you, introduce you to some of my speaker friends, and see you along your journey. Yesterday, Got to join my homegirl, Galen Gourmet, for our 6-month action and accountability. Once I hang up here, I'm going to post a little clip. If you get a chance, tune in to the full podcast. We had an awesome and amazing conversation. My boy, Chris Thorne. Hey, hang in there, my man. It was great catching up with you. I love the positive work you're doing in the community. Got to give a shout out to my NSA Carolinas, National Speaker Association of the Carolinas, all my speaker friends, from Hall of Famers, CPAEs, to CSPs, certified speaking professionals, to newbies just like me. I appreciate your support, your encouragement, that momentum that we had from this weekend. I'm looking to keep that going, serving as president-elect. I can't wait for the year that we have. And I would be doing a disservice if I didn't give a special shout out to Dr. Willie Jolly, who really shared with us 2 things I want to share with you. Number 1, your best is yet to come. Think about that. He shared a story about a gentleman in his 80s who shared with him, hey, I'm 80-something years old and my best is yet to come. So please, whatever you're going through right now, whether you're on a high, whether you're on a dip, whether you're somewhere in the middle, please realize that your best is yet to come. And then he also shared another point of it really touched me. He pretty much said that sometimes you've got to ride on someone else's faith in you before your faith in yourself kicks in. And I can tell you, just my personal journey, there's a lot of voices that are in my head. I don't know if that's just me, but there's a lot of voices that tell me all the things I'm not good at, all the things that I shouldn't be doing. And sometimes that faith can get beat up. He also shared that you can't have faith and fear at the same time. I love it. But sometimes we have to ride on the faith that others have in us until ours can kick in. So please know, just like Dr. Willie Jolly said he has faith in me and faith in us, I have faith in you to be your best, to have success, and to make it happen. Let's go ahead and take a look at the comments. I see we got some comments in here. Let's see if we got any good questions in here. Mikhail, I love it. Checking in from Idaho. Happy birthday. Hey, I appreciate the birthday wishes. I am absolutely blessed to be 44 years old, 0.999. 45 will come tomorrow, June the 15th. I cannot wait. Thank you so much, Mikhail. Eric Reyes, thank you, Coach E. Happy pre-birthday. What didn't go right the past year that you grew or learned from? I love it. I love it. I love it. Coach E, we're going to get down and dirty. What didn't work right? My financial projections, my financial estimates, my goal attainment around where I wanted to be financially last year, which was my first full year. And what I learned is that, hey, number 1, Larry, you got to be patient. The goals that I set were BHAGs, big, hairy, and audacious. And I thought I was going to crush it. I came off of 2021 on a high. I was doing some big things. 2022, the book came out, which was a blessing. But my big lesson is, hey, Larry, you big dummy, you got to constantly fill the funnel. You got to fill the pipeline, because if you don't, guess what? That water's going to run dry. And I was parked. It was running dry. Hey, Coach E, I was getting to the point where it was like, do I need to freshen up my resume? Am I going to have to put that open to work on LinkedIn, which, hey, nothing is wrong with it, but that's not what I want. That's not the life that I'm trying to craft. That's not the flexibility, the time freedom that I wanted to have. And you got to have that financial freedom. So I learned my lesson the hard way. And luckily, my support system was there to rally with me. I'm back on my planting seeds actively, proactively, all day, every day, making sure that I give myself the best opportunity for things to sprout up. Thank you so much for that question. That's a good one right there. That's the biggest right there. Number 2, I would say intentionality around signature experiences. Last year, I fell into some signature experiences, whether it was going to Mount Rushmore. I had 2 speaking engagements in South Dakota, the Content House in Atlanta. Thank you, brother Morgan J. Ingram. The Disney cruise with the fam. That was amazing. My son played in the Little League Southeast Regional and Warner Robins. Absolutely amazing. The bus tour, Flip the Script. What's up, Beck? What's up, Keenan? What's up, G? What's up, Charlotte? That was amazing. 12 cities in 18 days. But those were signature experiences that I fell into. I said, let me be more intentional. Let me be proactive with crafting those. And that's been so much fun this year. We started off the year at the beach, had a hole-in-one in San Antonio, at a speakers convention, co-hosted my first event, Golf and Sales. I see you, Scott Leese, Jeff Bajorek, and Mike Simmons. Can't wait to run it back again in October for round 2. Watch yourself. But yes, really proactively and intentionally creating those signature experiences is something I'm all about. What's going on, Lou? I just tuned in from West Palm. Your birthday is tomorrow. It is, man. 45 years young. So fresh and so clean. What's up, Brian? So great to see you checking in today. Stay blessed. Appreciate all you do. Challenge accepted on Miss Pac-Man. Oh, you better watch your mouth. Like I said, I am a beast when it comes to Miss Pac-Man. I'm not a gambling man, but I am. I'll put money on some Miss Pac-Man. So, hey, I got you on my targets, Brian. Let's get it done. Hey, Lou, working with the team, trying to achieve a W is always worth it. Yes, teamwork really does make the dream work. I appreciate your support, Lou. Great nuggets today. I appreciate your encouragement every step of the way. Mikhail, after being laid off, how do I mentally go from failing to failing forward? Mikhail, let me give you a story. March 26, 2021. It's a Friday. I had that call. Wasn't in person, but hey, Larry, your position has been eliminated. Essentially, you're fired. So I know exactly where you're coming from. I can tell you that my emotions, it felt like a failure, felt like rejection. Now, luckily for me, I had been working on plan B. So just use this as a lesson that next time, always have plan B brewing in the background. But right now, let's address the emotions that you're going through. Let's address it is what it is, the situation that you're in. And let's address your greatness to overcome it. You've overcome things in the past. Your life hasn't been all hunky-dory. So let's go back to your brag book. Let's go back to those examples where you've overcome obstacles. And let's start with that person in the mirror. What story are you telling yourself? What are you believing in your heart? And believe you me, there's fear, uncertainty, and doubt, which now ties into who's surrounding you, who's in your network, who's in your community, who's there to lift you up and the support, give you a shoulder to lean on when you need it right now. Hey, I'm an open book. Call on me anytime. Send me a message. I'll give you my cell phone. I'm happy to help. It ain't just a shirt. I really mean it. Whatever I can do to support you. And I would say failing, that's a tough word. I would say you're learning and you're continuing to learn through these experiences. What I found is many times when one door closes, a window, and I'm looking outside my window, the beautiful trees, a window of opportunity opens up. But sometimes, and I'm guilty as charged, we focus on that closed door for so long, we miss out on that opportunity. We miss out on having that opportunity to shine and really step into that next chapter of greatness that's out there for you. So I'm encouraging you. I hope you know that I've got faith in you. And if you need to, lean on my faith in you until yours kicks in. It's in there. Let's get that thing activated. Thank you so much for that great question from Idaho, Mikhail Hatch. What's going on, MH? Melissa Houston, thank you so much for tuning in. Dr. Kenya, oh my goodness, you got big things brewing. It was great catching up with you. Thank you so much for tuning in. That's powerful. Love that. Thank you so much for your support, encouraging you to continue encouraging others. Love how you're doing big things. Melissa, feel that jolt. That's Larry bringing truth. I'm certainly trying. I'm just keeping it real. I'm just sharing what I'm going through, what's on my mind. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes. You got a brother over here blushing. I don't know if y'all can tell, brother, but a brother is blushing. Can't wait. We got a nice family celebration. I know my wife and kids have something special. Just their love is so awesome. Also got a good friend coming in from Germany to help celebrate. Can't wait to catch up with Miss Susie Matheson coming from Germany to Boston for a conference, stopping in Raleigh to celebrate a brother's birthday. Absolutely love it. Kenya, faith and patience. Ride the faith that others have in you. I needed this. Been too long since I listened to it. Thank you. I'm just honored and privileged to be a vessel to share what Dr. Willie Jolly shared with us this weekend. You can't have faith and fear at the same time. It's impossible. Got to pick one. I'm rolling with faith, even though it's tough because that fear. Ooh, what if? Am I good enough? It ain't my fault. Did I do that? Don't get me singing up in here. But thank you so much, Dr. Kenya. Javinsky, great to see you. Larry, well said, my brother. Happy birthday. Live it up. I appreciate it so much, more than you even know. Thank you. Melissa, we need to align some things. Alignment is so important. Having that alignment, having that vision, having the goals outlined. Absolutely love it. Cindy, so great to see you. Hi, Larry. Hi, Cindy. Thank you for tuning in. And Melissa, I need a shirt. This is courtesy of my folks over at Salesforce. Thank you to Mr. Tim Clark. Thank you to Mr. Randall Muckenthaler for swagging a brother out. And I just want to say thank you to everyone. We're at 26 minutes past the hour. This has been awesome. Ask me anything, reflections. I hope that you've gotten something out of this. And if you have, please don't keep it to yourself. Go ahead and share that with others. Go ahead and pass that along to someone else. Be a blessing in someone else's life. Be that faith in them that they might need until their faith activates, because you've had other people that have supported you along the way. I can't wait to see y'all next week. Today, June the 14th, my mantra to you is make it a great day. It's your choice. And tomorrow on Larry Long Jr. Day, June 15th, go ahead and do something nice for yourself. Go ahead and take the day off. I'm giving you permission. You can tell your boss that, hey, Larry Long Jr. said it with his platinum mic, so it must be true. Bonjour. I saw it on the internet. Go ahead and take Larry Long Jr. Day off. Hey, thank you so much. Nothing but love for you. Thank you, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook. Thank you to my IG folks for tuning in as I was just spitting game, trying to spit game. You know how we do. Shoot, on this June 14th, I'll see you next week. Peace. I holla at y'all. Thank you so much now. All right,